I want to talk about how alcoholism has affected my life. Should be pretty funny. So, my grandpa, let's see, so alcoholism runs in my family, or should I say sprints, because we die from it. We all pass away. And I like when puns get sad, that's my favorite thing. So my grandpa died of it, and then my dad is an alcoholic, but he was an interesting kind of alcoholic because he wasn't drinking enough. Do you guys know these people where you're like, hey, would you fucking drink so you would be calm? You know what I'm talking about? Like he was always trying not to drink, and then he would like punch a hole in a wall. You're like, well, just fucking have a beer instead. I think that'd be way better. He did. He punched holes in walls, which is funny because then you go to elementary school and the kids are all like, hey, my dad can beat up your dad. And you're like, I don't think so, Kevin. I've seen your dad. He has tiny little shorts. My dad is a darkness who knows neither time nor love, so. Who's beating up who, buddy? So my first drink was at 8 years old. Yeah, so I started late for an Irish kid. People gasped. Doesn't that sound awful? Imagine like an 8-year-old. It was so good, you guys. It put rainbows in my eyes. That's the only, I can only describe it with poetry. That's how amazing it was. And it's funny because then I didn't drink for another. Because you can't. I was 8 years old. Like I couldn't buy booze, even though I wanted it more already. So I was just like a dry alcoholic until I was 13 years old, which is really funny, like a little kid being like keying your car or something because he can't fucking mellow out, I think that's funny, like being the tiniest alcoholic, just like going up to a bartender with a handful of sweaty change and going like, how many beers is this? None, it's not anybody, no beers. So then I did, I finally was able to drink and it was great, it was really good, I loved it. It's interesting too talking to people, because you either have it or you don't. You can develop alcoholism, but also there's people that just can't, they experience it differently. Like people will be like, I don't like feeling out of control. You're like, that's what happens to you? You feel like you're out of control? For me, I feel like I'm having a threesome on fucking Pluto. I guess it's different. I guess it's a little different, So I just really truly believe that it affects me differently than other people, so that's something I've really had to contend with. And I've watched peers of mine just like skyrocket to success, and I am like, that could be me, but I have to deal with my alcoholism, bye. It's crazy, man. So I moved to Chicago and I was still drinking and stuff, and I ended up going to the hospital, because this is a weird thing that happened. When you're really bad, when you stop drinking is worse than drinking. So I stopped drinking and my legs started to seize up all weird. So at the time I was what we call in the biz taking a woman emotionally hostage. We're really like manipulative, Like I remember this time. So I worked at a video store called Nationwide Video. I don't think it's there anymore, but if it is, go patronize them. But I remember one time my girlfriend, I had her go with me at 8 a.m. to open up this store, which sold primarily pornography. I slept on the floor behind the counter, and she sat on the stool to wake me up if anybody else came in. That's like a cult level, that is cult leader manipulation. You know what I mean? Like, that's not a good, I was a little tiny monster. I was a stinky monster. That's what I will. But I just want to be honest about like the stuff that I would do in my life, because I think everybody thinks I'm a real sweetie, which I am. Because I work on it now. But you don't want to meet pilled up Mort. He's a real bummer, that guy. Yes, so I went to the hospital because my legs were seizing up. So a different girl helped clean up my apartment, and it was 3 trash bags full of empty beer cans. And we went to the hospital, and they had me go see a social worker, because I told them I was honest, They were like, she was like, well, what are your triggers? I was like, fucking waking up. Breathing is one. Talking to you is for sure a trigger, And it's true, like when you're at that point, everything makes you want to drink. Like the scariest parts were I would wake up in the morning, and it was this really vulnerable time where I would be so sick. and I would just be like, I don't want to drink again. And I would know that at some point during the day, somebody was just going to look at me weird and I was going to drink. Like, that's all it took, you know? I was going to get to the happy part, but I got 30 seconds left. So fast, like, I'm sober now, you know, and I like, it's so good. Like, long time good. So if you're having any problems, do what I do, and then maybe one day you can host an open mic.